video, I'll just be quickly going over the new officially announced banners for 2.8 that's coming for Phase 1. So we already knew this since the preview event, of course, so we will be getting a Kazuha rerun, a Klee rerun, and on their 4 stars for both banners will be Ningguang, Toma, and of course the new debut for Shikanoin Heizou. So what are my thoughts and my feelings towards these? So what I would say is for Kazuha, I will be honest, let's just start it off with he is kind of a must-pull character. Of course, we've all survived with, like, many players did not pull for him originally, so they've survived until now, and they were fine in the game. So there's no really, like, you have to get him, but he is a must-pull character in that sense that people have been waiting for, like, a year for him. People missed out. Also, he does do stuff that other characters can't do. Therefore, he is quite good. Of course, there are alternatives. I know people do say that you could technically make a Sucrose work and stuff, and that's fine because she is a 4-star and it's easier to get technically. But, he does do things that the others don't do. And so I personally love this character. So I am fortunate that I do have him. And I recommend this character, basically. Now, for Klee, I would just start it off and say that she's no longer a must-pull. I've said this before, too, after the preview event, the live stream, where these characters were announced. I love Klee to death. I love her character, her personality, her voice actresses in all languages. I will just say that this is more of a, for newer players to the game. It's for if you want to collect this character and have her in your team, because she's fun to play with and she's cute to have. That's all. But I don't think that she's, at this stage in the game, as we're entering towards 3.0 after 2.8, I don't believe that she's a must-pull character anymore, but she is very cute. Okay. As for the 4 stars, so Ningguang is actually a very strong character for a 4-star catalyst. I think that, in my opinion, eventually, I hope that there's a way to make her into a 5-star, because she's quite good. I do like using her when I'm venturing around to collect ores, because she has that passive skill where she can identify ores on your map. So I do like this character. The unfortunate part is she is Geo, though, because it doesn't react that much with the other elements, but overall, she is a good character. Toma, I don't use this guy. I don't recommend anyone to use this guy. I don't recommend anyone to pull for this guy. Unfortunately, he's just not that good of a shielder, although people do say he can be the 2nd strongest shield in the game after Zhongli, and if you build him up that way, but who's going to build him? He's not really that useful. I'll be honest, if you have Zhongli, why would you need this guy? If you have Diona or other shielders built up, you don't need this guy. He looks cool, though, don't get me wrong, but he's not that useful as a character, so I don't recommend this guy. As for the new character, Shikanoin Heizou, of course I don't have him yet, of course, I will pull on the banner to get 1 copy and then stop there. I don't care to get the constellations anymore. Basically, after Toma was released, or around that time when these 4 stars were released, we realized that most of the 4 stars that are new are not that good anymore, and that has continued even to the most recent one, Kuki Shinobu, released in 2.7, so I don't believe that Shikanoin Heizou is going to do anything more that the game doesn't have already, but I would like to get 1 copy of him. Okay, not saying that he's bad or anything, but I will do a full review later, of course. But, I don't expect Shikanoin Heizou to do anything extra special or anything new to the game. Of course, his playstyle is melee and fisticuffs, but then regardless, like, I don't think there's anything new there, especially if people got Kazuha or other animal characters, or Xiao, who is more of a DPS animal character, or even Jean, who's like a hybrid character as well, and of course Kazuha. So back to Kazuha, I will be doing an updated review of this character as well. I will not be doing an updated review for Klee because I haven't really used her much. I used her here and there only, but I didn't rebuild her. I actually rebuilt Kazuha since my last review video, which was a couple of months ago. So I will do an updated one for him. I will not be doing an updated one for Ningguang or Toma. Ningguang is fine the way that she is, and Toma I don't use. So those review videos are still valid. And then of course I will be doing a Shikanoin Heizou video once I have him built up to a certain level. I've been pre-farming a little bit for him, so stay tuned for that. So for the upcoming banner, basically, I would just say, just to summarize, Kazuha is a must-pull. If you've been waiting for him all year, get him, please. Because he is amazing, and he's a cool character. And I feel that he is kind of, for now, he's at least still future-proofed for future versions. That's why it's okay to still get this character. Whereas Venti kind of fell off the wayside already, as we know. Venti had a few reruns already since his launch. He was the first first animal character to launch. He's the first Archon as well. Unfortunately, though, as he continued to get rerun a few more times, and even at the most recent time where he came to the Iridori Festival a few patches ago, he is no longer that popular in my opinion and no longer that useful. I still use him in the Abyss, don't get me wrong, because I have him, might as well use him, but it's not like he is anything that you have to get. Venti, for example, so he's no longer, but as a comparison, Kazuha is still going to be relevant for at least the next few patches, especially as we enter Sumeru, because it should still, although they did not officially announce that there will be an actual reaction or whatever with Anemo, but Anemo should be able to possibly swirl with it perhaps, or do something with it perhaps moving forward. So I feel that Anemo is still a very useful, viable reaction, and even if it doesn't do anything with Dendro, at least it can still do stuff with like Hydro, Cryo, Pyro, Electro, right? You know, so that's fine. And speaking of Sumeru, Klee Pyro definitely already has burning status reactions with Sumeru Dendro, so I think that's also going to be a very powerful thing to have. So if you don't have a Pyro DPS character yet, Klee is also a good pickup. Again, I'm biased because I do love this character. I did use her throughout my first original playthrough, like for my early game, my mid game, and even the early part of my late game in my AR50s. I was still using her. I don't use her now, and she has kind of been replaced by like other more powerful Pyro characters in my roster, such as Hu Tao, and others. But then overall, like and Yoimiya, I still like using Yoimiya. But stay tuned, Yoimiya will be coming in phase 2 of 2.8, so I'll be talking about her separately there. But regardless, yeah, those are my thoughts on the upcoming 2.8 banner. Let me know in the comments if you guys are polling for any of these characters, or trying to get for their constellations, or going for the new character, Shikanoin Heizou. And following this video, I will be talking about the weapon banner separately, so stay tuned. Alright, I'll